I strongly feel we are what you eat, what we drink is the most important thing. So I do the eating natural food as much as possible, and anything come from ground and not the processed anything. With the heat, you see also that we drink good water. That's the two things we have to do. I'm talking about the what you eat, what you drink, But where does the food come from? That's from the soil, right? From nature. If we spoil the nature, we cannot keep a good health. So we have to really pay attention how we raise the proper healthy plants. So it's the enzyme is not only for your digestion, absorption of your food, but the maintenance of your entire body health through the we call homeostasis. See, the balancing your body. Right? That's why it's so important not to take too much chemicals, not overeating, and mostly that way. See, this is if you take this capsule, 5 capsule, about 30 minutes you feel so hungry already. Yes? So these things are good for digestion, and mainly so we have to take an enzyme for digestion, and another things for detoxification, and to make resistant for the the bacteria, the virus infections, and the cancers, the allergy and autoimmune system, all kind of things. We have to have this strength. That's the enzyme. This powderized things. This one and the one I have a liquid. The one of my scientists are trying to make a capsule from that. So maybe it's easier to take it. But these capsule, this enzyme, he discovered in the deep mountain of the island of the Kyushu, and he found probably over 100 the bacteria, series of bacteria. He cultivate and a large amount of bacteria, then they make this enzyme. So enzyme is the one making from the bacteria itself, not from material. So bacteria ones contains a lot of enzymes. So that the good bacteria and the bad bacteria, how they determine? Bad bacteria contains a lot of strong oxidizing enzymes. And the good bacteria to help our human body for health, like this kind of products, one contains very strong antioxidant bacteria. The enzymes they have in their bacteria's body. So our intestinal tract, we have about, as I said, the 100 trillion bacteria. This one producing a lot of enzymes in our intestinal tract, helping to maintain our health. Enzyme contains a lot of strong antibacterial, antivirus, anti-cancer, anti-allergy, and anti-autoimmune, the diseases. This all contained. So, as I said before, in the future, near future, or in this century, probably medicine itself is, instead of giving a lot of drug prescription, I think this type of enzyme treatment to the natural heal type of things.
Colorectal cancer.
It's within your body. The pH balance, as it's called. And there's a scale that measures how acidic to how alkaline any substance or environment is. And that scale's right here in front of you, and you can see that scale goes basically from 0, which is burning holes through something, to 14, which is very alkaline. 7 is neutral. Now, all the different parts of your body have a different need for acid. Do you ever see a battery when it dies and won't work anymore? What happens? You get battery acid coming out of the side, don't you? A battery can't do the charging when it comes to acid. The alkalinity, it's the right balance in that lets it keep going and going and going. Well, that's what keeps me going. That's what's going to keep you going, is alkalinity. Now, how do we get there? So easy. Go green. 2 things make you alkaline. Number 1 thing that's going to get you there is green plants, green live foods. They have an enormous amount of alkalizing capacity within them. And when you think about your life and your diet, you want to think, you know what? I want to make sure that I'm making sure, ideally, about 70% of my diet is more alkaline. Now, greens really have 70% alkalinity. So you're going to have your lobster, if that's what you're going to do, which, again, that's more toxic amongst the fishes that you can have because it's on the bottom of the ocean where all the wastes drop down to. But if you're going to have it and make sure you got a great, huge salad, and that's the majority of what you're eating, some vegetables, some elements of that, and then you have your lobster. You don't have to give up everything. All you want to do is make sure you're cleansing, not clogging, and alkalizing, not creating acid. How many follow that? Say aye. So bread creates acid. So make sure if you're going to have that bread, that there's going to be enough greens in your diet that are going to help balance it out. That's all you got to do. Or make it that one day out of a week, or that 1 or 2 or 3 days out of a month where you're zagging. You're going to enjoy your level of energy like an alkaline battery. You got to alkalize. It's that simple. Write down one more note so you know. Sugar equals acid. It is. Sugar equals acid. If you want to know what creates acid, the more sugar. I used to teach, for example, are so acidic that their environment is any additional sugar is just like adding pure acid to it, and it's bringing more microbes to it. So some fruits are more sugar-filled. They have a higher glycemic load. Some have a lower. Some of you heard about glycemic index. All that is when that sugar comes into your system, how much does your blood sugar spike? And so what you want, if you're going to do this, is you want foods that are going to be fruits that are less spiking in that area if you're going to have fruits. But I tend to have for breakfast, I tend to have greens. I have different things for my body. Or I'll have a protein shake, but I've done all of the other pieces. In the protein shake, I put my oils in it, right? Or I'll have a salad, which I know will sound insane to most of you because it sounded insane to me in the beginning, but I'll have some broccoli in a salad, and I'll have some little piece of protein, at my breakfast. So that I'm just alkaline base that's going to make your life really go to a different level of energy. That's what you're going to commit to do. All those want to do that, say aye.
My name is Sandy. I'm born with Lynch syndrome. Since the day I'm born, I was carried with very terrifying disease. It's called Lynch syndrome. Like everyone around the world, in 1% of 1,000 people, there's a 10 people chance to carry this disease. And I just want to share to the world that we must live and we must take care of ourselves. Especially, we need to be aware what we eat and what we drink. Every moment that I feel my body is dying every second in me. And I don't want to live my life, so I kind of like rejecting my body, rejecting myself, rejecting me as a mom, my mother and a wife. So I kind of choose the way that no one wants to do that, but that disease, it turned me into a person that have misbehaved and turned me to be a very terrifying habit. That I have dosed myself, drink very hot liquor, XO, vodka. Then, instead I was sleeping next to my husband, but I choose to sleep next to the bottle for the past 8 years, and that is not right. So, but at that moment, the alcohol take over my intelligence, mind, that I don't know what to do, but I choose to drink to numb my feeling, to numb my pain, just to get over of the day. So that's which is wrong. And I kind of live in the fear. My fear take over my life, and I become a zombie of myself. That I trying to be a perfect mom, I try to act normal, but somehow when my kids went to school, that I become back to square one. What I do in the ugly habit in the shadow of my mind that lead me into the alcohol, that when nobody comes around me, I become myself. I lose it out, I lose control, and I drink alcohol. Can you imagine that a person has to depend on the alcohol to energize herself, to recharge her battery for the day, to function herself, to live her life? That is wrong. You cannot depend on the toxic, the poisonous in you. But basically, my body cannot accept those kind of toxic liquid. But I choose that, and which is, well, I don't, somehow that, I just trying to neglect myself and trying to, get rid of my life. But I forgot I'm a mother. I'm a wife. Why would I do that? You see my guilty and my habit. I was battled for 8 years, and then suddenly one night I was in the room and I sit in the corner in the closet where they have the shelf, and then I pull out, I look in the old album. Suddenly I saw my grandma's picture. So that moment is kind of flashback, it kicked back in my memory that I remember my grandma said, honey, whenever you feel like you don't giving up about yourself, please try to take this story that I want to pass it down, and you can pass it down your children and your grandkids. Later on, it would actually help you to get up where you fell. Where you fall, get up from that spot. That's how you pick yourself up. You don't need to go to rehab. You're just wasting your money. It's all up in your mind. Your mind is the one that helping yourself. Your mind and your heart has to be a friend. It's just like this, okay? Your heart. And that's how it goes. And I remember my grandma said, before you was born, that you are a fighter, a warrior, in the sperm. That how many sperm is like 5 million sperm. I've been fighting to bridge to the egg so I can break the eggs, and I be inside my mother, belly, and for 10 months it formed into me, right now. I was a winner when before I was born. Why am I choose to be a loser when I am a winner? So that kind of like wake me up in a little bit, and then for a few weeks later, suddenly, I don't know why, I think it's magic or something, or my grandma was passing a message to my daughter that she came home from school. She said, Mommy, can I talk to you? So she would say, I don't want you to drink alcohol anymore because I don't want my mom to die, because when you die, no one's going to take care of me. I'm sorry, the feeling just got up. And then she said, she hugged me. And then she said, Mommy, I love you. So I kind of like wake up, and then I decide to take a cold shower. I take a cold shower to wake up my mind, to rinse out all the monster out of my body, my mind. I want to take control of my body and my heart. I want to be a mom. I want to be loved, to see the sun, to hang out with my kids. I don't want to live in the shadow like that. So I wake up my mind. So I told myself, you got to do it, Sandy. You cannot be a selfish mom and a wife. You have a family. You got to learn how to accept what you have. you can't just take away the love that your daughter was craving from me, but I'm not giving to her. So I cannot be selfish. So thank God, my heart actually take over that demon out of my head, and would save my habit. So I was saved by God. It's a miracle. And then I start to realize things that I was doing is very wrong. I neglect my kids, my family, my future, my health. So I started to realize that I'm currently live. I have to live every moment that means something to me. So I choose to wake up my mind and fight my fear. And I accept everything will come in front of me. And from now on, I'm not let my fear to take over my life. That's the reason I got introduced by my friend, Nguyen. She's one of my best friends, and she's a nurse. She got involved with Enagic, and she invited me to her house to try to introduce. She knows what happened to me, so your friend was looking out for you. That's very sweet. I appreciate that. Thank you, Nguyen. And I don't know what to say, but it just miracle happened that because I choose to try to give myself this glass of water and a very delicious bowl of pho broth, and then that's how it happened that I drank for only 4 months, and I went to the hospital because I currently, every year I have to check in. I have a very, very high risk of cancer. I'm a patient has the most high risk of cancer in Stanford Hospital, 80% of Lynch syndromes. If you can search on the website what the Lynch syndromes, it's terrifying. So thank you, and I don't know what to say, but my passion, I want to thank you, Mr. Oshiro, and I want to move forward to share the miracle water, our very, very, very delicious taste that you can please love yourself, love your body, give yourself a chance to love yourself more today than yesterday, and love yourself to accept something new. You gotta try something new to save yourself, to change your life, to make something happen. You have to make action. The action is up to you. It's your choice. You want to do it, it's up to you. Please, take my word, give yourself a chance, and love yourself. Everyone to deserve a better life and a better.
Water, the most common substance on Earth. It has been with us every moment of every day and is the fundamental building block of life itself. Every living thing needs water to survive. From agriculture to hydroelectric power, we use water in a million different ways. Yet it acts outside all known physical laws of nature. Do we really know the secrets of this amazing element? Pollution, global climate change, the increasing demands on our planet. Our ignorance has led us to abuse water's quality and forget its potential. Understanding the mysteries of water is critical to our survival. Examine water as you've never seen it before. New technologies, scientific discoveries, and enlightened information have unveiled endless possibilities for water's potential and its healing powers. These new discoveries go beyond human reckoning, beyond the solar systems and galaxies, to the source of life itself.